Taylor Swift has recently been part of some scary situation between shows and in and out of the studio in New York. There's been a lot of hype around her since the Eras tour began. More and more people are trying to catch a glimpse of her. Some fans are going to the absolute extreme to see the pop star, and it's getting creepy.
A lot of stalkers show up to the house armed, so we have to think that way.
Some people will argue that if you are a real fan, you should respect the artist's privacy. But these people who claim to be real fans have crossed the line, becoming creepy stalkers. People have been following and waiting outside of wherever Taylor has been for hours. Recently in New York, it just got crazier than ever before. Well, obviously it's nothing new that a celebrity always grabs attention around people and is always surrounded by fans and paparazzi. Especially when we are talking about an artist as popular as Taylor Swift. People have waited outside of her homes lots of times in the past. But honestly, this is a whole new level. I have never truly seen it like this, where people are waiting by the garage, running up to her car window, screaming, banging, and flashing their cameras, trying to get a glimpse of her face inside of the vehicle. I don't know if it's just because everyone loves Taylor so much, or if it has to do with social media. You know, people being desperate for attention and likes.
Oh my god, Taylor, please come here. Come on, please. Meu Deus, ela. Meu Deus, ela.
Watch out, please, watch out.
Meu Deus, ela. Meu Deus, ela.
Watch out, please, watch out. Just give it some room.
However, these crowds outside of her home and studio are just massive. It has been circulating online and it's become a really big conversation on Twitter of people planning the great lengths that they're going to make to see her.
People are watching me, and that's the life that I chose.
And you're okay with it?
I have days where I am, days where I'm not. I mean, sometimes it feels absolutely stifling and overwhelming, to be honest with you.
Honestly, it's so messed up. People nowadays don't have self-instinct nor respect for others. Videos from this past weekend shows how multiple people are showing off the ways that they have stalked and harassed Taylor at her home, and it's just creepy and weird because people are posting it being proud of what they're doing, and people just want a photo. They don't actually even care about her. Poor Taylor, she looks so scared in these videos.
The most abnormal thing about my life is having sort of crowds form everywhere you go. Everywhere. So that starts happening, and then you have to take security everywhere you go.
Do people really expect the artist to step out and greet them when they have been outside her house the whole day stalking them? People have even followed her car all the way home from wherever they see her. It really is just such a mess. Imagine being Taylor in that situation. People screaming and running after the car, following her everywhere. Gosh! Well, at least there are some reasonable fans out there. One of them commented, "WTF, as if stalking her at the studio wasn't sick enough, they followed her to her home. This is so gross. You don't think she's a human being? She looks so scared and overwhelmed. Y'all need therapy." Another said, "Believe me, I love Taylor with all my heart, but waiting outside her studio, her home, anywhere is just an invasion of privacy. This is not normal. Do not call yourself a fan. At this point, you're stalking." This is something that has been talked about in her Miss Americana documentary on Netflix.
Stalking. Really? Basic human rights, and it's right and wrong at this point.
That's not her saying, "I love my fans waiting for me in the front yard." It's clearly something that makes her uncomfortable and not like a normal person. Well, she is a celebrity, so it's a little hard to feel normal, right?
Like, they just take their pictures and they say thank you and they leave.
But that kind of invasion is just something that I don't think anybody would like. Other fans reacted saying, "As a huge Swiftie since 2009, I have never seen anything like this before when it comes to her. I understand that she's one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now, but at the same time, people need to respect her privacy, especially when it's at her own home. I just hope that she's doing okay. Another commented, when this happens to non-celebrities, it's a huge no-no red flag. That should also be applied here. Stalking is seriously unhinged behavior. I think these people just want a picture with her, but in that environment, there's no way she's stopping to take a picture. And especially not at her home, because if she takes a picture with somebody outside her home, that sends a misleading message to other people, making people believe it's cool to harass her and that everybody is welcome to her home to take pictures. So in my opinion, Taylor is doing the right thing by ignoring all the crazy people waiting outside. But as you can imagine, this stuff doesn't only affect Taylor. People around her, like neighbors, are facing some issues because of all the fans. I mean, her studio is in a shared building and she's living in an apartment in New York City. So lots of people are also experiencing this in their front yards. Someone uploading this picture saying Taylor is my neighbor. Yikes, this is unbelievable. Imagine living there surrounded by crazy fans all day. There's also pictures of her showing up at the studio and we can see there's nobody around. But of course, someone saw her and was like, oh my god, then tweeted about it. Couple of hours later, then she's leaving the studio, there are hundreds of people waiting outside screaming and being crazy. Another recent video of Taylor leaving the studio where there's these crazy girls screaming at the top of their lungs like they're being hurt or something. This really gives me the creeps, guys. A lot of people who have posted these things have now gone private on their accounts, or even deleted their accounts because real fans are going after them defending Taylor Swift. So now we have got a huge feud between the real fans and the stalkers. It's safe to say things have not been this insane before, but hopefully people will understand and see how horrible it is to be stalked like this at your house.
Anything outside my house or my apartment doesn't ever really feel normal. I try so hard to make it normal. I don't engage if I'm being followed by a camera crew and all these paparazzi. They know that I don't want to have a conversation. And in New York, they're very respectful of that. Like, they just take their pictures and they say thank you and they leave.
Remember guys, this is wrong. Don't act like that. Our celebrities are also people with feelings, not just some zoo animals you can run to and take some pictures.
All of a sudden you realize that you have not been alone, truly, for 5 years.
So please treat everyone with respect and let me know your thoughts in the comments.